Hello everyone, in this video tutorial we will see what is encapsulation and how can we access the private class members outside the class. So to understand what is encapsulation, encapsulation is a way to make the sensitive data confined to a specific class so that it will not be visible or accessible outside the class. Fine. The meaning of encapsulation is to make sure that the sensitive data must be hidden. To achieve this, we must declare the class members as private. Why we need to declare the class members as private? Because if we will make it as public or other access specifier, it may be visible outside the class. So it will not be properly encapsulated or hidden inside the class. So that is the reason we need to make it as private. Once we will make the class member as private, we can minimize the scope of accessing the class member outside the class. Fine. So what is exactly the challenge we will face once we will make the class members as private? The main challenge is whenever we need the data or the informations to be accessed outside the class, we will not able to do it. Fine. But is there any way to access the private members outside the class? The answer is definitely yes. So how can we access the private members outside the class? The only way is to define the getter and setter method. By defining the getter and setter method, we can able to access even the private members outside the class by calling these methods outside the class. So this is what a sample code where we declared the class name is secure data and we declared one private member. You can able to see the private member of secure data class is ATM pin number, ATM pin. The data type is integer because it is a pin number and it is a hidden information, so we made it as private. Fine. Now as we discussed, by using getter and setter method we can access the private member outside the class. Let us see how can we write the getter and setter method. So getter method and setter method altogether two different methods to access a single variable at a time. So if my variable is ATM pin, which is private variable or private member, right? Now we need to define getter method and setter method. So according to the naming convention, the method must be public because we are going to call it outside the class. Fine. And the method should return. It must be a return type method. These are all the prerequisites of defining getter and setter method. And the name must be started from get and set. That's the best practice. So now what we did over here, public integer get pin is the getter method for pin number, right? So now public is the access specifier, integer is the return type. As it is a return type method, we must specify return ATM pin. It should return some variable, so we are returning ATM pin. Somewhere we need to set the ATM pin also. Unless until we will set the data, the get method will not fetch the data. So we have to specify again public integer set pin, and here how can we initialize ATM pin? By using this keyword. This will always point to the current object or current class member. So here the current class member is ATM pin, this dot ATM pin equal to what is the pin number you want to give. That is what the job of set pin. As set pin is also the return type method, we are again returning over here return ATM pin. Fine. Anyway, it will return the ATM pin value will be 8011 once we will call the set pin method. Fine. Let us see how can we call these two methods. See, these two methods are just to specify the value for the private class member and fetch the value by using get pin. Unless until we will call these two methods, nothing is going to work for us. So the thing is that we need to think about the way how can we call, where can we call these two methods. Our objective is to access the private members outside the class. Definitely we are going to create a new class. Fine. So now from that new class we can create an object for this class, that is secure data, and we can call set pin and get pin. So first which method must be called? First set pin method must be called. Once we will initialize, then we can able to fetch. Fine. So now let us see the second code. Second, this is the main class access data, and here what we need to do is we need to create a simple object for this class secure data. We created over here secure data is equal to new secure data. By using this instance, we need to call first set pin, then we need to print get pin. This is the way we can able to access the private members of a class outside the class, which is access data class, and the output of the code is 8011. It may not be that clear unless until we will execute the code. So let us get into Eclipse and check how can we use getter and setter method to access the private members. Okay. Fine. So now I'm just creating a new class. Let me check. Okay, I'm creating a new package. Let's say setter getter sample. In setter getter sample package, I need to create a class first. Let's say it's fine. It must not be a public class, it must not be a main class. Fine, because we are going to define the variable and setter getter method, so I am not using the main method over here. Fine. Now here let's say private and this is string. I am treating EMP-NO as confidential information, and again private integer EMP. These two members are confidential because we gave private. We wanted to make it as hidden information. Now we need to specify setter and getter method for these two variables. So two setter methods must be there, two getter methods must be there. Now, so as we discussed, setter and getter method we have to call outside the class. That is why the access specifier of the setter and getter method must be public access specifier. It must be in return type. So first one is string, so I am mentioning the return type as string. This is employee name, so I will just make it as get EMP name. It's a best practice to give the name for naming convention for setter and getter method. So this is a best practice to give the naming convention of get method. Fine. Now, so what exactly the job of get method? It will simply return. So what exactly it will return? I want to return EMP name, so EMP name. Fine. Now, so what will be the value of EMP name? Again I need to put a set method for that. So set EMP name. So how can I set the value? By using the keyword this. Now what I need to set? Employee name. I need to set employee name. Fine. So what is the value? Let's say it's Gayatri. Fine. Now it must return. fine, and this return type is string, so test data. I am giving some random dummy string. Anyway, the output will be the Gayatri, right? Because we gave the value directly over here. Okay. Now we need to do the same thing for employee ID. So here return type is integer, fine. Now get employee ID is the method name, fine. Here we need to return employee ID. Yes. Now integer set employee ID is the method name. Here we need to specify the value by using this keyword employee ID equal to, I gave the value, and again it will return yes, or I can mention return 1. Okay, let it be employee ID. Anything is fine. Return employee ID, fine. So now my setter and getter methods are ready. Now let us have a relook on the same code. We have two private members, employee name and employee ID, which we are treating it as hidden information. That is why the access specifier is private. Now we defined the getter method for employee name, setter method for employee name to set the value, getter method for employee ID and setter method for employee ID to set the value. Now what we need to do is, as all the setter and getter methods are public, we can able to access these methods outside the class. We are not going to directly access the private variable, we are going to access the setter and getter method. By accessing the setter and getter method, we can access the private member of the class. So how can we do it? Let us create a new class. Fine. Let's say access data test. It's a public class. So what will be the job of the class? I need to call setter and getter method which are there in the class called hidden data. So first job is to create an object for hidden data. So where I should create the object? Obviously inside the main method. So we instantiated hidden data class. Obj is the object. Now by using obj, I need to access all the setter and getter method. First trick we need to remember, first we need to call setter method, then we need to call getter method. So obj dot, I can able to see all the set and get method. See here it is showing get method, get employee ID, get name. How can I see set method? Just give as set employee ID and set name. So let me just give here set employee ID, fine, and let's say dot get employee ID. I just called set employee ID and I am calling get employee ID. So what will happen? Set employee ID, let us say set employee ID will be 11472. By using get employee ID, it will return 11472. So the output will be 11472. Get employee ID, where is the get employee ID? Yes, it is returning EMP ID. That means 11472 will be the say return EMP ID. Fine. So now second one is we need to use the same object dot set employee name. Now we can access or call by using the same object get employee name. So what will be the output again? In set employee name, the value will be Gayatri, and in get employee name we can it will return the name of the employee. So where is the get method for employee name? Get employee name, return emp name. So that same value will be returned. So which class we should execute? We should execute the main class. This is the main class, because class without main function we are not going to execute, and we are calling all the implementation function inside the main class by using the object. So here we can execute this class, and we are expecting all the values whatever we have initialized by using setter methods. So now execute and let us see the output what it is. So this employee ID it is fetching, and employee name also it is fetching from the private member of the class. So these are the private members: private employee ID, private employee name. Fine. I hope it is clear. Let us have a relook on the code again. This is what the class which holds the hidden information: private string employee name, private integer employee ID. Setter and getter methods we have used over here. Setter method job is to specify the data for the class member, and getter method is to return the data. Fine. Now by using another class we can create the object for the class in which we have mentioned the private members and getter setter methods. By using that object we can call first set method, then get method. If we have multiple variables to access, then multiple time we need to call the setter method and getter method. Fine. So I hope it is clear. Thank you so much for watching this video. Happy learning.